They played 3 maps that started with an H.
Good.
I think that's good luck.
Good reading.
Because
Oh, 'cause
Houston starts
Houston.
with an H, too.
Oh my goodness. And then Busan, but, and Gladiators did but.
Yeah.
That
and
works.
Wait, no, Busan butt, and you know what goes in butts? Dicks, and Gladiators got fucked by Houston.
There you go. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Broverwatch. I hate you and want you dead. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Broverwatch podcast. My name is Adam Cook, and as always, I'm joined by Calder Amos Wood. Calder, how are you doing? Turn on a light. That's better. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm not bad. Nope, I was about to say something I told you before we started recording. Probably not a good idea. Chafy butt. My butt's chafing.
Oh, so you just said it anyway.
Yeah, well, I thought you were going to be like, oh, I understand, but, you know.
I didn't understand. So
I work at a greenhouse all day. It's sweaty. I'm moving around all day. Hey, sometimes it hurts,
baby
you know.
powder.
Powder and lotion.
Put
Haven't
baby
done it
powder.
yet. It hurt when I sat down, but it's better than walking around. Sorry that you all had to hear that. You've all clicked off already and stopped listening. But for those of you who didn't, why are you only talking when I'm talking? I'm trying to do an intro here. Calder worst.
Kind of frisky.
Calder worst. For those of you who don't know, the Broverwatch podcast is a podcast where two grown boys talk about the Overwatch League and Overwatch related news items. And we just finished week 1 of stage 4. The first week in the 2-2-2 meta. We'll get into that when we talk about the games. But first, we've got a couple news items to cover. First, Crystal was on our fantasy team, and then we went bye-bye when he didn't play one game.
Well, he didn't play for like the whole season, and then he didn't play really in GOATs until, stage 2.5?
Yeah.
Stage 3?
So, Crystal had some issues with Hangzhou Spark. He took a 10-day leave because of some family sickness. And then after 10 days, he was still gone and didn't tell the Spark anything about it. So they were like, that's not good. And it turns out he had some visa issues and just, wasn't aware of the procedure he had to go through to let them know.
What the fuck?
But here is the statement that Hangzhou made. And sorry if I pronounce anything wrong. But other than mispronunciations, I will read it exactly as written. Kai Crystal Shillong, the DPS player of Team Hangzhou Spark, applied for a 10-day leave for his family sickness. Spark accepted immediately with deeply concern. But we aren't paid back with equally respect. Crystal is still absent now, as he promised to be back at July 15. In addition, Spark never received positive approaches of request on extend leaves. Crystal has violated the team regulations and bring negative impact to scrims. As a result, the team is making the following decisions. 1. Crystal is gravely warned. Let's take a second on that one. Crystal is gravely warned. That's not a decision.
They're going to put him in a grave, dude.
That's just you letting us know that you're going to be very mean to him.
They just sent a couple angry text messages.
Yeah. 2, Crystal will be fined 3 times for his salary of his absent days without permission.
So, I think that's 3 times his salary per day that he was gone without them knowing.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they make money, but I'm not sure how much Crystal makes. It might not be a lot of money.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably a decent amount, but still, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Spark wished Crystal to be serious about his wrong and get back to the team as soon as possible. So they just tweeted this.
Yeah.
And Crystal found out about this when it was tweeted.
Yeah.
So that's when Crystal then tweeted basically saying, I had some visa issues and I didn't know the procedure. My bad. I'm going to get back as soon as I can.
I'm also 19.
Yeah. So this is where the controversy's at, okay? So some people are like, Crystal, this is your wrong. You should have known company policy. You should have let them know that you had visa issues, which I agree with. But Spark shouldn't have immediately publicly shamed him.
Yeah.
Definitely publicly putting kind of like a negative light on him and his career, making him seem unprofessional, and basically embarrassing him in front of the entire league.
Yeah.
It was a bit
and then
impulsive, if you ask me.
Then on the 28th, I guess yesterday, they did a tweet after the whole week finished, and it was like, I'll just read it. First week of stage 4, bad luck never came alone. Check, match lost, and then like a crying blue emoji. Check, tags Crystal, our DPS miss scrims, and then it's like a sick emoji. It's like a squiggly mouth. I don't fucking know what these.
It's like the
called.
distressed emoji.
Yeah. Check, Gushue was targeted in the match.
Oh, I just put my mouse over that other thing, and it's confounded face.
Dude, what the fuck? And then check, Spark was laughed at our terrible English.
Skull.
First of all,
skull emoji.
Skull. Any magic about how to turn it back? We tried knock on wood. And then it looks like 2 penises.
No, it's it's a crying thing.
Okay, so here's the thing.
And then replied to all sparklers, love received, and then a heart's gif.
So number 1, keep the emoji format uniform across the whole tweet. Okay? Don't use the little yellow ones, the animated ones or whatever, and then make one with text. Number 1. Number 2.
Why is that number 1? That should be like number 5. There's so much to unpack here.
Number 2. Just get someone that can speak English. Is that hard?
You can get... It would be smart to get some sort of translator. Honestly, it seems like honestly, social media is not that bad.
It's not bad. But the thing is, before, it was just pictures. So, you know.
That's true.
Like, this is them.
But it's so weird how, like, one day they're just the cute pink and blue anime team that posts cool match posters, and the next day they're the team that's like savagely shaming their player and like trashing on people. Yeah.
I don't know. This seems a little unprofessional.
So to immediately jump to publicly shaming one of your players because he made, yes, a somewhat like a pretty bad mistake, but still a mistake, doing that, and then him apologizing, saying he's coming back ASAP and explaining his mistake, and then do it like tagging him and like calling him out again the next day.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little much. So Hangzhou, they need to kind of figure out their social media stuff. It's probably all of this is definitely just a culture thing. Like, this probably isn't that weird on their side.
But if they're gonna punish him for not being there when he's supposed to be, just don't pay him. Like, just don't give him the money.
For the days he wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just stop paying him, and then when he starts picking up your phone calls again or whatever, because I guess he wasn't doing that unless they didn't call him. Because that's the only way I could see this escalating so far. Just pay him again. Like, what the fuck? This probably shouldn't have even been a thing.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, spent too much time on that one.
It's all good. It's just such a weird situation. Oh, this is not a Bachelorette podcast.
Oh, it could be though.
Nope.
I don't watch it.
Okay, well, there you go. I was going to say we can finish quickly so you can watch it, but clearly that was just you being distracted.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You didn't say a single word of English there. Next news story, Leave of Team China last year has joined.
God
has like There's a picture here. He played Reinhardt, Hammond, Roadhog, Zarya, Junkrat, Genji, Tracer, Sombra, Widowmaker, Doomfist, Hanzo, McCree, Brigitte, Pharah, Zenyatta in World Cup. That's a little insane.
I remember us watching China, and then our friends, because we were watching with all our friends, and they're like, this guy's just playing whatever the fuck he wants, dude.
Yeah.
It was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has joined the Chengdu Hunters. Now, he's still not eligible because he's not old enough. So technically, he's just signed on as a talent, not as a player.
So I guess that's just like content creator, like whatever Fran is or whatever.
Yeah.
Who we'll talk about a bit later. Look at that. Teased him.
Whoa, look at that.
You're welcome.
Here's the thing. Teases and segues don't work if you call attention to them.
Or they do even better.
That's a lie, you little creepy cave-dwelling gremlin.
I like it in the dark.
I know, I do too. As I say, as my light is shining massively on my shiny forehead.
Nice.
Okay, so so this is exciting for Chengdu. They already have a bunch of insane DPS, so it is kind of crazy.
I feel like he's kind of the perfect DPS or the perfect player for Chengdu.
Yeah.
Because he's just kind of a wacky player.
Yeah. He's he'll fit right in.
Fucking god. I'm so itchy at him.
Here's the thing. Whenever I see that I have a mosquito bite, I don't touch it once, and I never notice it's there after that.
But here's the thing. I touched him.
Here's the thing, though. Dumb brain. Anyway, back to the thing. Back to the podcast we're recording. Calder's upset.
No, I'm not. I was just acting.
Oh, wow. Good job, dude. That was actually really good. Nice. Okay, the wink was bad. So, yeah, I think Leave is like the perfect player for Chengdu. Or actually, Chengdu's the perfect team for Leave, I guess I should say. But my only thing is, how do they choose who gets played? Because they're all nutty, you know? Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. You have anything else?
No.
Now, here's a fun news. 2 content creator streamers are now going pro. First is Fran, who's signed to the Atlanta Reign as a content creator. She announced that she's going pro and looking for team. And then Aspen of C9, not anymore, formerly of C9, she announced that she's going pro and leaving C9. So she's also looking for team. It's pretty exciting for both of them because they're both very good. There's a lot of debate. It's hard to debate properly on females who want to go pro because a lot of people... It's hard when a lot of people are giving them too much credit because they want to make sure they're not being sexist, and then there's people who aren't giving them enough credit because they don't want to give them credit just because they're females, you know?
Yeah.
Which I even saw this week when Giguri, spoiler alert, Giguri played. When Giguri played.
Why is that a spoiler?
Because... I know. Because we're going to talk about it later. I don't know, dude. Shut your mouth, dude. The whole chat was just filled with people either being like, OMG, Giguri here to save the day, or people going, OMG, Giguri trash. And I'm like,
yeah,
just let her play, dude. And then she popped off.
She's good. Not the best diva or whatever. Not the worst. She's just in the middle. And that's
She played
fine.
Roadhog, though.
Well,
I know what game you didn't watch. No, it's fine. It's not like...
But, like, even, like, she's always just been good. And that's fine. Anyone can just be good. There's a lot of just good players in the league.
Yeah.
Not everyone has to be great.
Well, actually, I'd argue that most are great.
Well, if most are great, then most are good. Because the good is the average.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see what
Fucking
happens next
idiot,
for
dude.
Fran and Aspen. My guess is both of them are probably going to go into... some sort of NA contenders or contenders trials team. maybe even open division, just get their foot in the door. But I think both of them have loads of potential to maybe hopefully get into Overwatch League in the future.
Did Aspen just like get old and now that's why she's trying? Or was she old enough? I think she was like 17 or something, wasn't she?
How old is Aspen? Aspen Overwatch. I love the meme of Overwatch being people's last names. Because that's just what you search. She is. It doesn't. You kidding me, dude? This is not what I want. She not on freaking Liquipedia?
We're gonna take a 25-minute break and see. How
Sorry,
old
boys.
Aspen is.
Cloud9's on here.
Born May 14th, but that tells me literally nothing. Aspie. Do you think we're friends now? I just called her Aspie.
You called her Aspie?
call her.
Dude, that's a little...
Switch that shit to dark.
How old is Aspen Overwatch?
She's from Minnesota.
She's 18. So yeah, she just did
Oh,
turn
it's just
18.
an old thing. She just got old. All right.
But she turned
sense, then.
18 on May 14th. So she probably turned old enough, and then she was just taking time to decide whether this is what she wanted. I'm pretty sure Fran is a little older. I think she's in her 20s. Fran Overwatch age.
What the fuck?
She is 26 years old.
Anyway, we should move on because
Yeah.
we just started Googling shit halfway through the
Yeah,
show.
sorry about that. But I'm excited
It's
for
fine,
both of
no
them,
problem.
and hopefully they do well. Now let's get into some Overwatch World Cup
World Cup.
rosters that were released. We're only going to talk about 4, the 4 that matter to us. Well,
Yeah.
there's 3 that matter to us, and then 1 that kind of just has some goofy stuff I want to talk about. So let's start with that one. Let's talk about Finland's. So the roster is the 7-man roster. Is LH Cloudy as main tank, Zappis as flex tank, Davin as DPS, Ricky as DPS, and RCK as DPS. So we'll get into that. Massa as main healer, and then Shaz as flex healer because Big Goose did not participate this year. I'm not saying that Massa's only in because Big Goose didn't come in, but Big Goose probably would have gone in because his synergy with Shaz. But I'm also happy for Massa because he's crazy good, and I'm excited to see him on stage. Now, a lot of people are confused as to why Taimu didn't get in at all, and then RCK got in as DPS. No, Taimu was on the 12-man roster. So they put up a twit longer about it, and apparently Taimu is the best Widow on the team, but both Davin and Ricky both play Widowmaker pretty well, and RCK is by far a better Sombra and projectile player than Taimu is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they did that.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's a risky move, but I think it's actually a smart move. Sucks not to see Taimu up there.
Mm-hmm.
But
this looks like a pretty good team.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be good. A lot of teams are taking a couple more risks with like who they bring on, and I like that. Now, speaking of taking risks, Team Canada didn't do that. Let's get into that. Canada's team is the exact same as last year. We'll just put that. We'll just say that.
Yeah, it is.
It's the exact same 7-man roster, and I've got one little goofy about this and a couple more small goofies. Now, obviously, we didn't see all of the non-streamed scrims, but we saw the stream scrims because they were streamed. Muffin was way better than Note.
Yeah.
And not only that, but he had way better synergy with XQC. Like, they were great together. And I feel like there's 2 reasons Note was chosen over Muffin. 1, on-stage experience, which to that I say, a lot of the World Cup, I feel, is to give players who don't usually get stage experience, that experience. So that would be just another reason to give it to Muffin. But second reason, their coach is a Dallas Fuel coach, and their general manager is a Dallas Fuel coach. So I feel like, I don't want to accuse anyone of anything, but you're just going with who you're friends with, boys.
Yeah. Seems like it.
And it kind of bums me out, because it's, like, obviously XQC was going to make it. He was, like, far and away the best one.
Yeah.
And then there's Off Tank, which was up in the air. But then it's, like, okay, it's XQC who was obviously going to make it, and then it's Overwatch League player, 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 and Crimzo, who should be in Overwatch League.
I kind of forgot that he wasn't in Overwatch League right there.
Exactly, because, like, everyone knows Crimzo is, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of opportunity to, like, I don't know, try some new stuff. Because apparently Mangachu wasn't that great. As much, like, I love Mangachu, and as much as I hate to say it, apparently he wasn't that great in scrims. So a lot of people were saying, like, give it to Acadia, give it to, what's his name? There's another guy. And, like, a lot of people were saying maybe give Zolik a spot instead of Bonnie. Now, to that I say, I'm kind of glad Bonnie got in, because he hasn't been able to prove himself lately, because Houston's just been playing not him.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, dude. I just wanted Muffin on the roster.
Yeah. You want to hear a little funny thing?
What?
Yesterday, he hit #1 in ranked.
Yeah. He's good.
The
only logical reason at all, there's so many Siren.
Yeah, I kind of live in a crime town. Lots of dead, lots of killing, and lots of dying too, but I'm not going to help them.
Does dying have to do with dead?
It's the pre...
Yeah, but you said lots of dead, lots of killing, and then you said lots of dying too, as if you didn't already say dead.
No, but like,
so not only are there dead people, but people are always dying.
Like they're in suffering. They're currently dying.
I'm just bummed that Muffin didn't get in.
Yeah, me too.
I really thought that would be a good risk to take. Because the only logical thing that I can think of in any way for not giving it to him instead of Note is
Jade likes Note more.
Well, is stage experience. That's the only thing.
But
like him choking on stage.
Though,
but it's like, okay, but no, like, sorry, other teams, but like, you're gonna make it out of the qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna make it out of you're gonna make it to BlizzCon. Even if he chokes up a little bit. So then that he will learn, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad about it.
I don't get it.
I'm mad about it.
And
here's the thing, it's not that I don't like Note, because I think Note's great, but like Muffin is so good.
Yeah. I'm also kind of worried that it's the same team, because they did well. Like, they always do well. It's just they haven't won. And XQC also hasn't really been playing a lot for the last year. Like, he's been playing a lot recently, which is good, and he'll keep playing.
It is crazy how, like, quickly he picks up, but still. I don't know.
Like, it's not prime XQC anymore, you know?
Man. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like we've gotten second, we've got third. I feel like we'll probably go far with this roster, but I feel like you needed to take even just like a small little like, ooh, let's throw this in there, you know?
Yeah.
Just to like,
something.
Maybe this will get us a little bit further that we need.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really, really bummed about that.
Are there any other coaches that you could vote for Canada? Like, well known? Is CarQ one?
He's the community manager. CarQ's the community manager, Jane's the general manager, and then Tickety is the coach.
Oh. Okay. Do you want to talk about USA now?
Yeah, let's talk about the US.
A bit of a weird team.
This is everything here is exactly as I expected, except the only surprise at all is a lot of people were saying that Dogman might get on, but apparently he just didn't even try out. He just didn't want to try out.
Yeah.
It is weird because most teams like have a somewhat balanced amount of roles, but it's straight up one off tank, one main healer in Space and Moth.
Yeah.
And then a ton of main
much.
tanks and DPS, and then Sleepy and Raucous.
And there's really only one like well-known projectile player because KSF, Sinatra, Corey, and Dante are all hit scan for the most part.
I think KSF can.
Yeah. It's just
Play
like
this
Hydration's the only like, oh, this guy plays projectile. You
Yeah.
know?
I know Dante's played Genji here and there once in a while, but like that's about it.
Yeah.
Now, I guess we should say it. We should say the roster. Muma, Super, Fact Fiction, Space, Dante, Corey, Sinatra, KSF, Sinatra, or Hydration, Sleepy, Moth, Raucous.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to pick year 7 out of this, because they haven't given their 7 yet, they probably will have before this gets uploaded, but just for funsies, who would your 7 be? Assuming...
Well, it has to be Space and Moth.
Obviously. Yeah, apart from that.
So then probably Hydration, Corey, Sinatra. Or Hydration, Corey, Dante.
They're all so good.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a mix. Just trying to figure out hero pools. Like who like if you want to play Sombra, then you have to pick Dante, you know? Because Dante's by far the best one. Anyway, tanks. I guess. Actually, I'd probably pick Fact Fiction because of his synergy with Space. Because they are on the exact same team. I don't know if you know that.
You're waiting for a response, but I'm not going to say anything till mine's said because I don't want to give anything away, you know.
So it would be Fact Fiction, Space, Sleepy, Moth, Hydration, Dante, Sinatra.
Interesting choice.
Mine's better than yours.
I haven't said mine. Mine would also be Fact Fiction Space. I love you, Super. I love you, Muma. But it would be Fact Fiction Space.
It just doesn't make sense not to pick them, you know? And
Yeah.
they're doing extremely well right now.
Now, just knowing how things are going to go, it's probably going to be Muma Space. Just because
Yeah.
I think Arrow likes Muma better. But I think Fact Fiction has proven himself. I think he deserves it. So I would pick Fact Fiction Space, Sleepy Moth, and then DPS, I would actually go almost the complete opposite of what you did.
Mm-hmm.
I would go KSF.
Did you disconnect?
No, I'm trying. KSF. You chose Dante Corey Hydration, right?
Or Dante Sinatra Hydration.
Right. Yeah, I'd go KSF. Oh, man, KSF and Corey are both so good. I'd go KSF Sinatra Dante.
Okay. I'm just picking Hydration because, like, I think he's probably the best far out of the bunch.
That is true, but I think KSF could do it. Maybe I'm a big
Probably
old
not.
dummy, but
You just want the Valiant to play in World Cup, don't you?
yeah. Anyway, so the USA roster, I'm sure it'll be good, and I'm sure they'll have way too much confidence, and then I'm sure they'll get pounded in the quarterfinals. All right, let's talk about South Korea, and then we'll get into the games this week. South Korea, there's a lot of... Here's the thing. I forget who tweeted it, but someone tweeted saying, no matter what roster you make for South Korea, people are going to be asking why you didn't pick certain people. Because they've just got so many... You could make 7 different rosters, and it'll beat almost every other country's roster. So the people they picked are Mono, Choi Hyobin, and Janu on tanks, Architect, Carpe, Decay, Haksal, and Nene on DPS, and Onimo, Badoshin, IDK and Kareev on healers.
Mhm.
So Mono's their main tank,
Yeah.
and that's the only for sure.
I think Hawksall might be a for sure too.
No, I'm saying like that's the only for sure because there's no other
Yeah.
main tank on here. So some of the up in the air things that people were talking about was why a lot of people were asking why is Badoshin on there, but someone like Violet isn't maybe, or no Twilight, and apparently Twilight.
Well, even Violet too.
Yeah, apparently Twilight. Although he performs really well with Vancouver, when it's in a mixed roster, he doesn't do as well. And apparently Badoshin just did really, really well. Same with IDK and Kareev. And basically, the coaching staff said all of their picks were based on stability.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you're really good, but you're more stable, and you're more like, whatever. Like, that's the same reason they didn't pick Bumper. It was like Mono's super duper stable, and Bumper plays very freely, is how they put it.
Yeah.
And then
a little bit of an understatement there, but
and then that's the case for, a lot of other picks. So who would your 7-man roster be for South Korea?
Mono, Choi, Onimo, maybe let's go IDK.
IDK's a main healer.
Oh, really? Really?
Pretty sure. Keep talking. I'll double check that.
Okay. I feel like a dummy bum now. Hawksall.
Yeah, he's a main healer.
Oh, that's really big dumb. The thing with Architect, Carpe, and I think I'd probably pick Decay. And then it's kind of a toss-up for the last three for me. I don't know. Carpe. I kind of saw him pop off this weekend. It's just recency bias. And my second healer would be Kareev.
Oh, yeah.
So Mono, Choi, Carpe, Decay, Hawksall, Onimo, Kareev. That's winning.
All right.
Can you make a roster out of these players that doesn't win?
No. Mine would be Mono, Choi as well. I would go IDK, Kareev. And then I would go Haxall, Nene, Decay.
Okay. With the DPS, you're just kind of like...
Well, like on the other teams, I was like, oh, I've got to think about hero pools. But then I was like, all these guys can play anything, basically.
Yeah.
So they're going to win. They're going to win. So
probably. Team China hasn't announced theirs yet. Probably going to pop off a little bit there.
I'm going to make a wild guess. Leave is going to be on there. Actually, that might be actually a wild guess because like Jinmu, Yang Xiaolong, Young Jin.
Oh yeah.
DM. No, DM's Korean. I'm stupid. Guys, I'm stupid.
I think Ding's Korean too.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's get into the past week of games. This was a good week for me, boys.
First week at 2-2. No, second week at 2-2. First week at 2-2.
First week at 2-2.
Hot. Dude.
Let's just make a top of the pop statement. Way better.
Scratching them. It's a lot better. It's so much more fun, dude.
Now the week didn't start off.
I was like, oh, I get to watch this now. I wasn't like, I should probably watch these fucking games.
Yeah. The week didn't start off well for me. Houston lost 3-1 to Paris.
Absolute nut crusher on that one because no one thinks Paris is good.
Here's the thing. They had Dante in on first map, and they won. And then they took Dante out, and they lost the next 3 maps. Honestly, that wasn't Houston being bad. That was just Soon being absolutely insane.
Yes.
That was basically the story of the week, was Soon being crazy insane. Okay, that wasn't the story of the week.
Number 1 story of the week, Soon. Pretty good.
Gladiators faced off against New York. Gladiators 3-1 to New York. Very good for Gladiators.
That's very spicy.
Very good.
after that game, I was like, is this just gonna be a fucking mess this week?
And the
'Cause
answer
there
was yes.
Yeah, it was pretty much a fucking mess this week, dude. Guangzhou 3-2's Philly.
A lot of
So I
people
watched this game.
A lot of people were hardcore saying Philly win, and I was like, I don't know, guys.
Yeah, it was close,
It was.
but also Guangzhou is so good, dude.
2-2-2 was the
Happy
thing
is
they
just-
needed.
Yeah, Happy. I don't know how he can crouch so fast when he's on Widow, but he does it. I think it's on the scroll wheel. I saw that in the Twitch chat because I don't think it's physically possible to crouch that fast.
Yeah.
But Happy
and,
was amazing.
Him and Nero are absolutely
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Fucking god, dude. Nero.
Nero was like the top damage dealer every single round.
Yeah. I wonder. Keep talking. Talk about next game. I'm gonna try to figure-
Then Shanghai versus Vancouver. This was like, ooh, we just had this game. But then Haxall was like, I get to play DPS instead of Brig now. And absolutely crusher boyed him.
Disgusting, dude.
It was a decently close game, but Haxall was just insane. And they brought out the Hureg. Godreg is
my
back.
God, dude. He popped off.
He was very good.
Him and Haxall, I think. Well, I don't think they carried Vancouver that game, and it's not like Vancouver needed to get carried, but they were just like, oh, I'm just gonna pick this shit up. It's fine.
I was thinking about this today, and I remember making a prediction before 2-2-2 that Sominsu and Stitch were going to be the two DPS, and then the opposite happened, and they're crusher boing.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think 2-2-2 makes Vancouver an even better team.
Yeah.
Not from 3-3. I'd say they're probably equally as good, but from where the meta was going before 2-2-2.
Oh yeah, I think they're worse in like
Triple DPS meta.
triple DPS than they are in 2-2-2.
Now here is
And
a
they're not even
top of the pop dingle dangle happy boy time.
Dude, the prayers paid off, dude.
The prayers were answered in glorious fashion. Toronto versus Washington. Washington 3-1 Toronto. Now here's the thing. I want Toronto to start doing better, but I'm glad they lost. Because I love my Washington boys. Both Sansam and Yanis, mostly Sansam, but both Sansam and Yanis, both look way better in 2-2-2 than in 3-3.
There was still some things with Sam when I was watching him where I was like, why are you there, dude? Like there was a time he popped off at the end of Havana, but on first point Havana, there's a point where he's just like all the way away from his team. And then he just gets DMAC'd and they lose the fight, lose first point. But they still won, and it's hot. But I think it's going to be easier for them to clean it up in 2-2-2. Forgot the last two there. Than it would be in triple tank, because they were not getting it in triple tank.
No. Now, I still think that when Lulish and Elevote get in, they'll probably at least try them out. And then if it doesn't work, they'll just use Yanis and Sansam for the rest of the season, use Lulish and Elevote next season.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited for them to do well. I think they're going to do... I don't think they're going to dominate, obviously. And also, there's no way for them to get into playoffs at this point. But I hope that they ruin some team's chances of getting in.
Hopefully Houston.
Go die.
I turned the light on. Are you happy now?
No. Dallas versus London. London destroyed Dallas.
Yeah. That was a spicy take from you. Oh, wait. Was that one? No, it was Toronto, London.
Yeah, Toronto, London later in the week. I was like, I'm going to do a hot take here, and it was bad. But Dallas versus London, Prophet's maybe the best Overwatch player in the world.
Yeah.
Like, he's insane. The fact that he's not on Team South Korea is like a what face.
I kind of just stopped watching London because I don't like them.
I stopped watching London because they were bad, but now it's 2-2-2, and they're crazy good again.
I should watch a London game at some point.
Also, Jester is such a goof.
How many pairs of Yeezys was he wearing?
Too many. Soul versus Shang. Nope. Soul versus Shock. Shock win. Fleta was doing everything he could.
We won the Nighthawk Cup, boys, or whatever it's called. The Nighthawk Router belt thing.
No idea.
I don't know what that is. I think they're both sponsored by the same person.
So, happy to see that Shock is not,
bad.
Well, yeah, but like they're playing basically everybody.
Yeah.
Still. Like Super and Sinatra and Rascal all still played.
Mm-hmm.
But also now Smurf, Architect, and Striker are playing also.
Yeah.
So it's good to see
Nevix.
these things. Still no Nevix. I think there's a very low chance they keep Nevix next season. They'll get rid of him.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably.
Not because he's bad, but just because he deserves to be on a better team.
Yeah, unless he doesn't want to be on a different team,
Yeah.
But why wouldn't he be?
Go over to Toronto. Go over to Houston. Actually, Houston might be a good spot because I doubt Cool Matt's staying around.
There was a couple times when Toronto was playing Washington where Gods was really good.
Yeah, Gods is actually... He's been doing a lot better. He kind of
But
came
it's
in
just
with a
like-
lot of hype and then didn't do super well, but he's doing a lot better.
He was up and down that game.
Yeah.
You just got to try and be up,
Yeah.
Philly Chengdu.
Everybody was also saying Philly was going to dominate here, and I was like, no, Chengdu's going to win.
Yeah, Chengdu has much better DPS.
Everybody has to stop having faith in Philly. They've been terrible.
They literally disappoint every chance they get.
We hate Philly, and I don't know why.
It's just because, why, dude?
The other thing, too, is EQO's been, really impressing, but Carpe's been pretty lackluster.
Yeah, I saw him kind of pop off on Tracer a little bit in a clip, but that's also just a clip, and it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, and I don't really know why I said that, so...
Thanks for saying it anyway, though. Paris versus Valiant. Valiant won. This was a very closey. Soon did everything he possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
But Valiant came out in the end. I think I saw a Custa interview, and he was basically saying, we should have won that more. It's just, we're all still getting used to the 2-2-2 stuff. And, yeah. Anyway, so Valiant won that.
Oh, actually, never mind.
And then Boston versus
Guangzhou.
Guangzhou crush. Boston's
Easy
been
clap,
doing bad.
Dude. What an easy clap by Guangzhou.
Easy peasy. Now,
Lemon squeezed me.
I want to have a hard focus on these next two games. Okay? I want to point out that Gladiators handedly beat New York earlier. Okay? I want to point that out. I also want to point out how Hangzhou was probably the...
Fourth best team? Third best team? Or fifth
in the
best team?
top last stage. Now let's get into these games. Houston 3-1's Gladiators. Easy clappers, boys. Now here's a fun thing about this. Apparently Dante wasn't supposed to play on... What maps did they play? Wasn't supposed to play on Hanamura. But something happened that made them play in Hanamura.
They played 3 H maps. Maps that started with an H.
Good.
I think that's good luck.
Good reading.
Because
Oh, 'cause
Houston
Houston.
starts with an H, too.
Oh my goodness. And then Busan, but, and Gladiators did but.
Yeah.
That
and
works.
Wait, no, Busan butt, and you know what goes in butts? Dicks, and Gladiators got fucked by Houston.
There you go.
So much
So-
disappointment there.
So apparently Dante wasn't supposed to get played on Hanamura, but it happened anyway because somehow
Messed it
something
up.
happened. But but then they realized how well
They do.
Sombra
Dante
worked.
plays.
when Dante was in. So they played him on Havana as well.
It's like Linkser's a cancer or Sombra's broken. It's either one.
Yeah.
Also, I guess Jake kind of needs to stay in for all of them. Never mind.
Jake's been doing very, very well.
Yeah.
Good for Jake. Because a lot of people were like, he's kind of washed up. He'll probably be a caster after this season. But he's been popping,
Didn't he
boy.
sign like a 3-year deal or something? I feel like I remember that.
I don't know, man. Next game.
Dude, wow. Okay.
Next game, Atlanta faced Hangzhou. Just want to point something out real quick. That's a 3-1.
Oh, that's what those numbers mean. That's interesting.
And Atlanta did very well. They were switching things up a lot, which is good to see. They were playing Enlayer, and they were also playing Fried, but they weren't playing Fried because Dako wasn't in, because Dako was in.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing Fried because it's their plan. Because Fried's not bad. Fried is actually very good. It's just, I don't know. Before, when you saw Fried, you thought negatively because that meant Dako wasn't in. And it meant Dako was being sad. But
they're just probably trying stuff out and trying to get them more map specific.
And it worked.
Yeah, it does work.
So I'm happy for
Fried literally looks like he should be in an 80s.
He looks like Ray Moranis. Or Rick Moranis.
Very true. Rick Moranis.
He looks exactly like Rick Moranis.
Kind of like
I think people started
too.
saying that, and then he stopped wearing his glasses, and he looks a lot less like Rick Moranis now. But hey. So happy for both of my boy teams. You know what I mean? Apparently, every time you click one of the map things to see which players played for that map, that counts as a new page. So I've had to go back on my browser about 59 times.
Yeah, it's a bit aggressive. I was just doing that too. And then it went like this on the top thing, like back and forth. And I was like, I didn't do this, I don't think, dude.
Anyway, so I'm happy for both my teams. Good job, boys. Actually, all three of my teams, because Washington boys. Little bummed for Toronto, but, next season. Although I guess that's the case for
Seoul.
Washington as well. Shanghai Seoul.
Shanghai won. Seoul had a bad week.
It's literally Fleta and Jaehong and Marvel trying so hard to carry.
Even Munchkin left too.
Oh yeah, Munchkin left.
Yeah. So it's just like, what?
They have Fitz and Alyssa.
Literally falling apart.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Something about Seoul is cursed.
That's very true.
Because they had a terrible first season. Then they get Fissure. Something happens. Fissure leaves. I don't know. It's just weird. Marvel's good, though. Marvel is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
London versus Toronto. This is the game where I tweeted a hot take. I thought that Toronto was going to win 3-2.
Nope.
Not at all. They won first map, so good job, guys. But nope. Profit's too good. Gesture's too good. Fury's too good.
Mm-hmm.
Birdring's too good.
Yeah, I mean, you got good players on that team, and they're probably going to win.
Exactly.
I don't know. There's not much to talk about there.
No. Vancouver, Florida. Florida, here's the thing. Vancouver 4-0'd Florida, but that does not accurately show how close it is. Now, I wouldn't say it was close, but Florida was putting up a fight a lot. Gargoyle and Seiya Player were absolutely crushing.
When I was watching this, I was like, who are these people on this team? Because I guess I haven't been keeping up with their new signings.
What, you don't know Byram?
Yeah, like Byram, Rain, Gargoyle. I was like, what the fuck is happening here? When did they get a new team?
Now I know who Gargoyle is. Because he popped off.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say who? He's this guy.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah, Gargoyle did really well. Seiya Player, basically if they pocketed Seiya Player, they did a lot better. But Haxal and Godreg was too much.
Oh, I mean, that's what the whole story, this stage is going to be probably.
Yeah. Oh, also, Vancouver played Repel instead of Twilight, so that was interesting.
Maybe just everyone hates Twilight now. Oh, also Izzyaki started for Shanghai, and he was good.
In the first game, he did, right? In the second game, they played Luffy again, and honestly, I think Luffy... They look better with Luffy in, because Luffy's crazy too. But, we'll see.
But Izziaki's got amazing mechanics.
Boston versus Chengdu. Poor Boston. They get 4-0'd, and then they have a close game 5 loss. But Chengdu wins again, and honestly, it's looking like Chengdu might be able to sneak up in those standings and sneak into the play-in.
Yeah, so do you want to talk about standings now?
Yeah, let's talk about standings.
Because they've changed quite a bit.
So look at playoff standings. Mm-hmm. So Atlanta's
the top is
in.
The same. Atlanta's in?
Yep.
Oh, like I thought you meant like for like permanent.
No, not locked.
Yeah.
They're barely in.
I know. I was like, what?
Well, actually, as long as they stay even with as like win-wise against everybody below them, the only people close to them in map differential are maybe the Valiant. Because, like, Atlanta has a +2 map differential, and the next 3 teams above them have negative.
Because the only important, like, standings-wise, really, are below Shanghai, I think, after Seoul's bad week.
Yeah, I think Seoul, Philly, Guangzhou, Chengdu, Atlanta. I'm gonna exclude Dallas. Sorry, Dallas fans. LA Valiant, Houston, and honestly, maybe Paris. Have a chance at making it in.
Next week, Valiant plays Paris and Houston, 2 huge playoff games.
Yeah,
2 like playoff circumstance games.
Very important games.
Then Washington, London, 2 still pretty big ones, and then Dallas, Boston. So they've kind of got to win. Like, they can drop a couple games in week 4.
This is Valiant?
Yeah.
Or this is Paris?
Like, they could lose to... Oh, this is Atlanta.
Oh. You didn't clarify that even a little bit.
Well, it's fine. Like, they could lose to London, but I don't think they can really lose another game after that.
Well, yeah. I was looking... Once they beat Hangzhou, I was like, nice, guys. That's probably a really important win. What other teams are you facing? And it's like all pretty beatable teams. Honestly, the fact that their hardest teams, honestly, they'll probably lose against London. I hate to say it. It'll probably be somewhat close, but they'll probably lose to London. Mm-hmm. Other than that, their only real contest is Houston.
Yeah.
Because Washington, maybe if they keep looking good, but then Dallas has been looking trash. Boston's been looking trash. So I think Atlanta makes it in.
Judging by Paris last week, though, if Soon continues to pop off and then Paris kind of figures their shit out too, it could be a tough game for them.
That's true.
So we're back on the Paris train, boys.
Were we ever on the Paris train?
We were never on the Paris train. Valiant's got to play Seoul, Dallas, Florida, Boston, Gladiators, Shock. So they've got to... Yeah, that's going to be a rough one at the end.
Seoul, Dallas. Here's the thing. I think they would have a good chance of beating Seoul.
Yeah.
They will almost definitely beat Dallas. Almost definitely beat Florida. Almost definitely beat Boston. Gladiators will be tough, and Shock will be tough. But I think that might be enough.
I think they can beat the Gladiators.
It'll be close. Either way, it'll be close, which is great because it's the rivalry weekend.
A bit of forced rivalries there, huh?
Neither of those are forced.
Really?
They're both California.
Just because they're in the same place doesn't mean they have to be a rivalry.
I think you're dumb. Anyway, that was mean. My bad.
I feel like a real rivalry is like Toronto and like, I don't know, the Texas Rangers. You know when the Blue Jays were in the playoffs? Listen to me. I guess you didn't watch sports back then. You were still kind of jerking off to your Star Wars characters. But there was a time when like the Toronto Blue Jays,
the Toronto Blue Rays,
just a CD on their chest, and it's taped on. It's not even a design. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Texas Rangers were very big rivals because of what happened in the game. Like, that's a real rivalry. a fake like just being like, oh, you're in the same city as me. Ooh, that's not like a real rivalry. You know?
I think the LA one is. Because you and I also haven't been to live games. And apparently the LA.
Well, they're
rivalry
all
stuff
paid
is, like,
actors,
crazy
though,
good.
dude.
Okay, we're going to move on. Who else should we look at the schedule of? Guangzhou? Let's look at Guangzhou. Guangzhou's schedule is... They face... Oh, boy. They face London, Hangzhou, Seoul, New York, Dallas.
Fuck me, dude.
That's rough, Guangzhou. Here's the thing. They've looked good enough that I think they could put up a contest against London, probably beat Hangzhou, probably beat Seoul, put up a contest against New York, beat Dallas.
Depends if Hangzhou gets Crystal back, or if they keep trying to dox him or whatever.
Yeah.
What if they just give out his home address? They're like, this is where Crystal is right now.
Find him. All right. So Guangzhou has a chance, but it's... Let's look at Houston, because they have a little bit to climb. They face Philly, Atlanta, London, Washington, Chengdu. Ooh, those are some good DPS teams.
Yeah. Maybe if they like played the broken character with their really good player on the broken
Somber.
character. Yeah.
Dante.
They could probably win.
Yeah. I think they have the potential to beat all of the teams they're facing, but I think they'll all be close matches.
Do you want to do quickie predickies?
Let's do some quickie predickies.
Quickie predickies.
Oh, I have to put the graphic up. Do it again.
Quickie predickies. A little vocal fry there, I think.
Time for some quickie predickies for Stage 4, Week 2.
Why am I on Stage 2?
Dumb. So
you.
we're just going to rocket through these and do some quickie predickies. And then, here's the thing. I've never checked to see if any of our quickie predickies are correct. So in my mind, I just get every prediction right.
I wonder what it is.
I would love to go back and just calculate which of us was right the most.
If we had like real fans, I'm sure someone would.
Yeah.
But we don't.
Guangzhou, London.
At least not yet. London.
Yeah. I think that'll be close. But I think London.
Yeah. Guangzhou's look dummy tick.
Florida, Washington. Washington,
dude. I fucking hope Washington pops right off, dude.
Shanghai, Toronto. Shanghai. Valiant, Seoul. Valiant. New York, Paris. New York. Houston, Philly. Houston. Chengdu, Gladiators. Gladiators.
I think.
Close.
Well,
Gladiators.
Yeah.
Guangzhou, Hangzhou. Guangzhou. That's the first time I've been able to say Guangzhou, Hangzhou, and it makes me happy.
Let's go with Hangzhou so we disagree.
Ooh, nice. Atlanta, Paris. Atlanta.
Yeah.
Florida.
Actually, no, Paris. I think soon may pop off. Maybe soon pops off.
Florida, London. London.
I'm actually going to go with Florida.
No, you're not.
I'm not letting you, Calder.
Dallas, Valiant. Valiant.
Val.
Gladiator, Shock.
Yeah.
Atlanta, Houston.
No.
No.
Pickle boy. Oh, no. What's Adam gonna do? Is he gonna just be a little pussy boy?
Whoever I'm picking isn't who I want to win. It's who I think will win. Keep that in mind, because I want.
So the team you think is better. I'm gonna say Atlanta because Houston won't play Dante.
You know what? I agree. I was gonna say Houston, but I don't think. I still think they're not aware of how important Dante is to their team. Philly, Toronto. Toronto.
I just want it to
Hot
be
take.
Toronto, dude. Fuck Philly.
Toronto,
They're
dude.
a bunch of pussy bitches, dude.
Okay, wow. Vancouver, Washington, of course.
Yeah, we kind of have to, right?
It's gonna be Vancouver, but
Well,
we're
just in
saying
case Washington actually does win, though, then we could be like, oh, we could click this.
Washington's gonna at 4-0 Vancouver is basically what we're saying.
Yeah. And
Chengdu,
if they
New
don't,
York.
Never mind.
Chengdu, New York.
Chengdu, dude.
Ooh.
We're gonna go earlier.
All right, that was our Quickie Predickies. Can you do the theme song?
Quickie Predickie.
Thank you, Calder. All right, that was the end of this episode of the podcast. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, comment, review, do whatever you want. Or you could tweet at us at the
Just don't call me
Broverwatch
late for dinner,
on
am I
Twitter.
right?
I want to kill myself. Or you could tweet at Calder at Calder100 or tweet at me at I'm a dumb cook.
Oh, I'm Calder _100. Adam's just.
Oh yeah. I'm so tired, dude, and
Dude,
my
I
voice
gotta
has been lost.
change
I don't know if
that.
you could tell, but my voice is bad. Thank you everybody
Hey,
for
where'd
watching.
you put
Thank
your
you everybody
voice?
for
I
listening.
lost it, dude.
Have a good time. Calder was nothing but a nightmare during this episode. We'll catch you next week. Bye, everybody.
You waving at me?
I said bye, everybody. Are you everybody? Wow, you self-centered
Good,
piece.
dude.
I didn't like that. Kid me, baby.
Yeah, good, dude. What the fuck?
She is 26 years old.
Oh, dude. Too old, dude. And a woman? Double bad, dude. I shouldn't say that. Can you cut that?
Yeah, I can cut that.
Don't cut it. Anyway, we should get back.
But you want me to keep
we
in... What if I only cut the part where you said, "Is that bad?" I cut that. And I just made it seem like you're really confident about what you said.
Keep it, please.